All right, so I just want to make a quick video. I just got these Lucchese Knox in today in the mail, and the only reason I'm really making the video is because I haven't seen one on these online at all. Even the brown ones, I don't see anybody really talking about these. And the reason I got them is because somebody had them online on eBay for like $500, and then they dropped the price down to like 350, accepting offers, and I went ahead and put in a lowball offer at 300, and they took it. So I essentially got a pair of boots that retail for almost $1,900 for $300. They were allegedly used, but I don't really think so. So I just think that the seller had no idea what they had, and the other only reason I'm making the video is to really compare them to the Randall. I got both models. The Randall are used by me, and the reason I'm comparing them is because they both retail for the exact same amount of money, and which is the better boot. So they have the exact same toe in both models. This is obviously a black ostrich. This is what they call it, the royal calf leather. It has some hand tooling details up on the shaft, which I'll zoom in on in a little bit. This one's a mix of, you got your black full quill down at the bottom, and then your leather shaft. I don't know what they call the leather quality on the shaft, but it's pretty good. And the only other difference that I could really think of between the two boots is that this has a 13-inch shaft and this is 12. But otherwise, the same heel, same toe, which is a 3 heel. I believe that's the 1.5 inch, and the 6 toe, which is it's a round toe, but it's not totally round, and it's not totally pointy or anything like that, like the 2 toe. So anyway, the details on this one, I really, between this one and the brown version of the Knox, I think the brown one actually really looks quite striking in comparison, because it has like, it starts off like really dark here at the bottom, and then it goes to like a lighter brown as it goes up. So it has a really cool gradient look to it. Both versions have the hand tooling. And I apologize for my yellow lighting. This is how it is here at the apartment. But if you look closer, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more on the hand tooling. I don't know if it'll show up, but it does appear that the hand tooling, X detail here appears to have a little bit of like a black cherry look to it. It's not very obvious. It definitely leans more on the black than on the cherry, but it's not the same color as this. So anyway, yeah, it's just a really cool pair of boots. I was real curious to see what the leather quality would be like. And this is actually my newest pair of boots, not just because I literally got them today and they're in relatively new condition, but because these were actually made in 2024 according to the manufacturing code inside. And these are older. These are from like 2012, I think. And I have heard of people, talking about like, the quality of Lucchese or whatever going down, or whatever people complain about on Reddit. I really don't pay too much attention. I guess I'll compare the detail here. But yeah, you got like lemonwood pegging obviously on this pair here, and it's compact, not as compact as it would be like on a sub 2000, something from like the 90s. I think they got a lot more pegs on those. And I believe that these have like considerably less. So yeah, I guess there is kind of like a difference in the quality. Yeah, because yeah, these almost have like it's not a single file, but it is relatively sparse. And as far as like the two boots go, obviously I think they fit exactly the same. They feel exactly the same. It's the same height. I don't have like thick legs or anything like that. So like the narrow shaft or anything like that, it has never been a problem for me. I can't really even tell a difference with like the extra inch on the shaft when I'm wearing them. Although I haven't worn these yet. I have many pairs that are 12 inches. So, I really don't notice a difference when I'm wearing the Randalls. But the one thing that I do notice is really on the inside. I don't want to. I don't know if I can do this with one hand with the pool noodles inside, but the inside of this boot, the leather, even though it doesn't look the same because it's a different shade, it feels a lot like this leather, which feels like one of my really nice baseball gloves that I have. I have a bunch of like the Wilson A2K, which is like their top of the line that you could get, and it feels a lot like that, like a really nice baseball glove. It just feels so good. Like this shaft, it was impressive from day one, and this is a pair of boots that absolutely need some sort of shaft support because the leather is so soft that when you take it out, it just flops over. This one, of course, the nature of the detailing here, I don't think it would ever allow it to really flop over. I do notice a difference between this leather here on like the vamp area than on the shaft. The shaft, the outside here feels a lot like this, all right? The hand tooling part, this real intricate stuff, it's not plush or anything like that. It's very firm, if anything, but I don't think it's supposed to be soft and buttery or anything like that because it is carved up. However, the inside, though, this feels like I don't know. It's not. It doesn't feel like this. It's not. Usually, whenever I get a new pair of boots, I always if I can, I will condition the inside as well, and these I will not because I cannot tell for the life of me if this is, the same kind of like leather as this, or if it's kind of like a very short hair. I don't know. It just feels a little bit more rough to the touch, and I don't want to condition it. It feels almost like I had a pair of the Lucchese Nathans, all right, and those were kind of like I don't know, I guess a modern version of like the 1883 line. So I guess they would save some money by giving the N serial number series, like a lesser quality inside, and this feels like that. So for a $1,900 boot, the inside part was pretty disappointing. This doesn't feel like very buttery soft. I'm sure that like once I wear them, it's gonna feel just fine, and I'm not gonna complain. It's gonna be comfortable like they usually always are, but that it would feel as soft as the ostrich here does, or like on some of my other calf leather boots. It does not. It definitely feels like a firmer leather. I don't know if it's because it's a thicker cut, although it doesn't appear to be. But it doesn't feel like it's made from this same right here. So the shaft feels really, really special. This part feels all right to the touch by hand. And that's all I could think of. The only other thing that it really, I guess, isn't really showing up all that well is the shine. I guess being indoors and being directly under a lamp. They both look to be equally as shiny, and that is not the case. This is way shinier than this. This is really kind of just like a matte black, which is catching a lot of shine at the moment. I can't get it from a good angle because I guess from right here, you could kind of sort of tell that this is a shinier one, and this is more matte. So, I guess the bottom line is if I were buying both of these, right off the rack, I would highly recommend the Randall. However, that has to do with if they're still made the same as they were over 10 years ago. If the 2024, 2025, 2026 stamping Randall is exactly like this, then it's absolutely worth every penny. I do not see myself, even if I had the brown one, if I had $2,000 and I had to spend that amount of money on a brand new pair of boots, and I had to pick between like the brown Knox or another variant of the Randall, be it the all brown or the reverse of this, I would get the Randall in a heartbeat over the Knox. The hand tooling and the shaft is wonderful, and I do not regret spending $300 on these boots, but it does not feel as quality as the Randall through and through. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I do really like the details and the really, the nice look of the shoe. I would definitely wear these, to a more formal event than I probably would ever do the Randall. That's just me. I guess, I think that the shiny look to these just really kind of works better. But that's just my opinion. I mean, that's really irrelevant. But yeah, it's just comparing these two for the same price point. Absolutely the Randall, and it has nothing to do with them both being black or whatever. I think any variation of these, the Randall wins every single time. So that's pretty much just my comparison for this portion. I guess tomorrow I'll do another version of the video and model them on feet, probably at my parents' house where there's better lighting and flooring than I have here. So anyway, I hope that helped anybody that's in the market for a pair of $2,000 boots. Hopefully, even if you find them used or whatever, I think it still stands. If I had 300, if these were both $300, I would get these every single time over these. But if they were both $300, I would get both. So that's just it for anybody that's in the market and not as fortunate to have a Lucchese dealer near you. I live in Texas, so I could throw a rock and hit 3 Cavenders and 5 Lucchese stores in my vicinity. But for anybody that's just online and doesn't have access to a country western store, and you really just kind of need an outside opinion or a quick comparison of the two boots, especially since they literally cost the exact amount, go with the Randall. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Take care.